The first time you use Turnitin, it's a little bit anxiety provoking. So what I'm going to do today is talk about Turnitin and, help you sort of recognize a way that it's your friend. So let me go to a previous class site and we can look to see what kinds of things or what we can do with Turnitin. Now this is my class site, my view. It's going to be a little bit different than what you see. Anna Pine gave me permission to look at her paper and to use it. This right here, this box is a Turnitin box, and sometimes we make them available, faculty make them available, sometimes not. Sometimes we use it, sometimes we don't. If I don't make it available to you, please ask me and we can look, we can make sure that it's there for you. So I'm going to just click on this, which is going to take me to her paper within Turnitin. Excuse me, this cough is killing me. So this is Anna's paper. It has a Turnitin similarity score of 20%. That means 20%. So right here, what I did is I clicked clicked here on the 20, which brought me to this here. This says that 13% of her paper can be found in other papers, other student papers submitted to the university. 4% is similar to this source here, and 3% related to Journal of Counseling. And as you go through your paper, you can see various places that Turnitin says, are problematic. So, it says that it sees this here a fair amount, Clarion University of Pennsylvania. I'm not going to be concerned about that. My students use author notes. This should actually be set up like a paragraph rather than centered. But you can see also that because author notes take a specific form, that there's a lot that's showing up here. This is from the client question, and so this is actually your first individual paper that we're looking at here. And again, this isn't stuff that makes me nervous. Okay. You can see a lot, she is not getting very much, that's coming up. You can also keep wanting to correct some of her mistakes. And here's where most things are coming up. In fact, when I'm looking at a reference page, I really expect that most of it will show up here as in our similarity score. First off, other members of her group might have used the same references. So that would be one thing that would concern me. Because Hellgiger didn't come up, I might wonder why it didn't come up. Does she have the name wrong? Or perhaps maybe other people did. So really, as I'm both as a faculty member and as a student, I look at Turnitin as my friend. If this were a really problematic paper, we would see all sorts of things that are highlighted through here. This is a pretty clean paper, you know, at least in terms of Turnitin. And so, you know, it helps me to identify whether she's done her references reasonably, and she's making some mistakes, but not many. And what kinds of things, you know, where did she copy and paste and put into her paper? And she's not. Okay. Hope that this, you know, is sufficient to answer your questions about Turnitin. And remember, you know, if you run into problems, please talk to me.